Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here. Welcome back to another Pokemon team builder for you guys. I'm back to finish off Gen 5, which means, of course, we are using the starter of Oshawott, Dewott, and Samurott. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this one for a while, so I'm finally here to bring it for you. Now, before we get to today's team builder on the way, quick disclaimer as always that this is an opinion-based team. If you want to change anything about the team, any Pokemon natures, movesets, anything about the team, then go ahead and do so. It is your journey through Unova. Definitely make sure to let me know your teams through Unova in the comment section below. Now, before we get underway, I'd like to say that I'd like to apologise for the delay in the team builders as of late. I've been super busy, but I'm trying to get things sorted, and we're finally finished off Gen 5, which is great. Soon we'll be moving on to Black and White 2, then Gen 6, and then finally Gen 7, and then I've got a couple of things in mind. I'll do a video separately about it for what we're going to do after I've done all the team builders, so hopefully if you stick around you should see them. But without further ado, let's get on with this team. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to quickly run through the HM slaves for you real quick. The monkey you get in this game is Pansear. Its real only use is to use Cut to get into the Dream Yard and get you further in the game. We're going to be using a physical Samurott, so it won't have Surf, so I recommend that you get a Ducklet and is it Drift Veil Bridge that you can run into one of those. You can also use it for Dive and Waterfall, I believe. I'm not sure if they learn it, but you can possibly do it for that. And then finally we've got Scraggy with Rock Smash and Strength, just to get those nasty boulders out of the way. So that is our HM slaves for you guys, but without further ado, let's get into this team. Now, first up, of course, we have our starter. The team is based around this very mon. Of course, we have Samurott. That's why you guys are here, to see a team based around this Pokemon. But we've got to do it first. So you obviously receive Samurott as your starter. The moveset we've got is Sword Stance, Waterfall, Aqua Jet, and Mega Horn. Its main really use in this team is just to be a quick, hard hitter. It's not the best when it comes to speed, but decent speed at 70. It's not going to do too bad. Actually, special attack's actually better than physical attack, but I've always preferred physical Samurott. You can do mixed with the Mega Horn, Ice Beam, Surf, and maybe Aqua Jet if you wanted a bit of priority. For me personally, I like to stick to something just bang on straight, and that for this was a physical one. Of course, the HP stat's really good at 95, so it can take a hit. The defense is 85, 70 special defense, so average defenses. But with that adamant attack, it's going to put attack maybe slightly above or around the same as your base special attack. Aqua Jet is for that priority. Waterfall is physical and stab and a chance of flinch. Sword Stance if you want to set up, and Mega Horn is coverage against those pesty grass types. It's a great Pokemon. It's a not bad starter. I'd say in-game it's pretty decent. Competitively it's a bit meh, but in-game it definitely will do you well. It's the first team member, of course. It's our starter. It is Samurott. On to the second team member, you guys. We have Leavanny. Now, some of you will probably notice straight away that you don't get this till Pokemon till after the second gym. Let me just say that Dewott is definitely able to get you through the first and second gym. Ordino are your friends. It makes 5th gen the easiest generation in my opinion, maybe minus 6 for the broken XP share. Before you know it, Leavanny is actually my 3rd favourite Pokemon, and it's the reason behind this is, I don't know why, I just always loved it. And it was definitely the grass type I chose at the beginning of Generation 5 when I first played through it. I fell in love with it. It's an absolute monster. We've got another physical attacker here with X as a Shadow Claw, Leaf Blade, Poison Jab, all nice and coverage. Get Swaddloon at 20, and then it will evolve into Leavanny with Happiness. Now, this is an all-round good in-game Pokemon. Remember, this is in-game team. We're not looking at competitive stuff. I just put that stuff there just as a little basis. You don't have to have Adamant and the perfect IVs and EVs. It's just an in-game team. X is a Shadow Claw, Leaf Blade, Poison Jab. This thing will do you just fine. Just watch out for those fire and flying type attacks. Having a 4 times weakness, being a bug grass type, is not always nice. But I've always liked Leavanny. Great 103 base attack, 92 speed. It's decent speed. It will outspeed most of the game and hit hard throughout the game. If you haven't chosen Leavanny as your grass type, I highly recommend you do. Just as an in-game option, it is very good, and it will do the job for you just fine. It's our second team member. It is Leavanny. Moving on now to the third team member, you guys, we have the Hoodlum Pokemon Scrafty. Now, like I said, you're going to want to grab a Scraggy for a HM slave to do Rock Smash and Strength. You're going to want to grab another one, preferably one with an Adamant Nature and Moxie, to put on your team. Now, I prefer Moxie over Shed Skin just simply because my Ultra Attackive playstyle works with it. But with Brick Break and Crunch as Stab, Stone Edge for covering against flying types, and Bulk Up to set up, this thing is able to sweep and do it well. Now its speed does bring it down a little bit, but don't let it put it past you because it does have base 115 defences. I have to admit the HP of 65 brings it down a tad, but not too much to put you off. It is still able to bulker, hit and do damage. Now you can run a shed skin one if you want to get paralysed, or not if you want to get paralysed, if you get paralysed or burnt or anything like that, it can shed skin it away. But I always preferred Moxie, like I said, with my playing style. This thing is a great in-game mon and will do you absolutely proud if you haven't tried it out already. It's great, I love its typing of being dark and fighting. It does really well. So if you definitely haven't tried one out, I strongly recommend you do. It's our third team member. It is Scrafty. Moving on to the fourth team member and our flying type of this region. You probably saw this coming. It is Archeops. Now a lot of people were put off by this Pokemon because of its defeatist ability. But if it doesn't go below under half HP, this thing will destroy lives. That's why we put the Jolly nature on it with that base 110 speed. This thing will outspeed and hit hard. And I mean hit hard massively because it has base 140 attack. And in game, this thing destroys absolute lives. Stone Edge and Fly for stab. Dragon Claw coverage, hit dragon types, why not an Earthquake just for hitting those rock types. And it being a base 100 move, it does the work. The special attack's 112, we haven't got any special. I've never seen someone run special Archeops, maybe Ancient Power Archeops is a thing. But that massive speed and massive attack, this thing does the absolute work in game. Competitively, it's put off a little bit, but I guarantee you guys it will do the finest of work in game, and it is an absolutely perfect member for this team, being rock and flying, no dual types. It will do the absolute work. It is our flying type, and the fourth team member, it is Archeops. Okay you guys, on to the fifth team member now, and it is Electros. Not the quickest thing in the world. We've got some speed issues maybe on the team a little bit, but because it's in game you don't want to put it past too much because Electros will do you the absolute finest. It is an annoyance to catch, but having that levitate ability gives it no weakness, which in game is absolutely awesome. Getting a Dynamo is quite difficult, but once you get the Charge Stone Cave, training it is also a bastard, but I guarantee you it will work on the end. This guy's special attack's 105, decent defenders and HP. If you want to run physical, you can. It does get a Wild Charge and Crunch and other physical moves as well. You can also get it Coil as well if you want to set up. The Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, Volt Switch I wanted to have a special attacker on the team, considering this was our first special attacker. So we needed to go the special route, really. It's a great in-game mon. A lot of people prefer it. Some people prefer Galvantula, but having a bug type already in Lavani, I don't like having dual types on the team. So this is a perfect replacement. It does the job well, apart from maybe the speed, but then again, it's more bulkier. And in-game, maybe you want that bit more bulk, less than the speed, because if you have the level advantage, the speed sometimes doesn't really matter. Like I said, it's an in-game team, not competitive, so you can change it up a bit. It doesn't really matter what you have. You can have a slow Volt Switcher, which is what I've done, so you can tank that hit and then Volt Switch out into something and get a bit of damage off. So with its defenses not being half bad, you can take the hit and then maybe swap into something that can kill it but hasn't got the best defenses, e.g. Archeops. It's why it works quite well with this team. But for an in-game Pokemon and electric type, it does the work well. It is a bastard to find, I know, but you're putting the time, you're putting the effort, it will work out perfectly for you. It's the fifth team member, it is Electros. Okay guys, then on to our final team member, we have Chandelure. Now this is actually one of my favourite Gen 5 Pokemon for a very good reason. 145 base special attack. This thing is no joke, especially in game. With a modest nature and a moveset of Shadow Ball, Psychic, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, modest nature, this thing destroys lives. You can go timid if you want that speed a little bit faster, but like I said, in game you're most probably going to be outspeeding. And don't let its appearance of just being a Chandelure put you down. This is an amazing ghost type Pokemon. They are very strong, an amazing fire type, and will do the absolute work. Litwick is a little bit hard to train, being a little bit frail, but once you get into Lampent and get that Dust Stone, you can get a Dust Stone and a Chandelure before the Elite Four, which is definitely something you might want to do. Obviously do be careful of, make sure it does get Flamethrower, but you can find the TMs for all of those in main game and post game, so you are able to get that full moveset before taking on older. Now, maybe its defenses, that's the thing, its defenses are pretty good at base 90 apiece. Like I said, the HP being 60, brings down a little bit. Base attack's 55, you do not want a physical Chandelure in the slightest. It is made of glass, pretty much. And 80 speed is pretty decent, and for in-game will do you just fine. It is an absolutely amazing team member. If you haven't used Chandelier as a special monster. I highly recommend you do it. I love using it competitively as well. Scarf Chandelier really does the work. So does Spec Chandelier. Spec Chandelier is absolutely broken. But in game on, this is fantastic. It's the final team member. It is Chandelier. So there you have it, guys. Those are our 6 team members for this team builder based around Samurott in black and white. It is Samurott, Levani, Scrafty, Archeops, Electros and Chandelure. If you have enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to leave a like down below. Also make sure you comment your teams through black and white. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. You can check out any other team builders in the playlist. They should be in the description down below. But with that said, you guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace!